Hey, Thomas Tapp here, and in this video I'm going to show you some specific training that has been long forgotten. This type of training is going to make you a lot more confident with your parkour movements. It's going to take away a lot of the fear, and it's going to take your form and technique and literally double it over a short period of time. What this training is called is barefoot training. Now, barefoot training is getting more popular recently, and this is what we used to do a long time ago before we had shoes. So you really had to build up your feet, and this is the natural way for us to train. So what you notice here with shoes, if you look at my shoe here, it's pretty worn out, whatnot, but you see the sole here, there's about an inch, and that inch and that padding takes away a lot of the sensitivity of our movements and a lot of sensitivity from our feet. So when you switch to barefoot, you'll notice that you can't do the big precisions you can do with shoes, because when you're wearing shoes, you can get away with a lot more errors and not as good technique because you have that padding there and that support. So when you train barefoot, since you don't have that padding there and you have way more sensitivity, you'll notice your technique and form will improve by a ton just by a small amount of barefoot training. Because, like I said earlier, you can't get away with the errors of technique that you can with shoes. So you'll notice at first when you do a precision, you'll have to start off small, but your form and technique will be a lot better. You'll absorb the pressure and you'll go down further, and you'll make sure that you land in that exact spot right by the balls of the feet and land perfect so you don't feel any type of pain or discomfort. So this is what I'm talking about will improve your form and technique. Also, when your form and technique improves like this, once you can do pole precisions barefoot, once you do wall runs barefoot, you'll notice when you throw on a pair of shoes, you'll be 10 times more confident because your technique's a lot better. So when you put on shoes, you're like Superman. You can just do whatever because you're used to barefoot and having where you can't make any errors. So that's why it's really important to start doing barefoot training. And not only for that, it's also better for your feet. The alignment, just like what I heard from actually Ryan Ford from Apex Movement has a great video on barefoot training. He goes more in depth on this, and I'll put a link to that below. But they go into basically a shoe like this is basically a cast on your foot. But anyway, I want you to start doing some barefoot training now. Start off slow, work on small movements, and then build your way up. And then you'll notice very shortly that your technique and your form will explode, and it'll be a lot more confident. You'll be a lot more confident with your movements. So I just want to give you that quick tip. I've been starting my barefoot training. Hope you start soon. And as always, train safe, and I'll talk to you soon.